Welcome, everybody. I'm Lisa Lehman. I'm here today with David Cohen, who is on the ballot for Board of Selectmen this November. Welcome, David.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Wow, glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are here today for anyone who you haven't knocked on their door yet and you haven't had a chance to meet, those 4 people out there who haven't met you in person yet. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you hope to bring to this role?
Sure, absolutely. So, hello, everybody. Yes, I've knocked on many doors, but not all doors. There are many doors in North Haven, and a lot of people aren't home. So the folks that aren't home will have to knock again. But I'm David Cohen. I'm running for Board of Selectman this year. And my background, just to start with my background, is I'm a lawyer by trade. I own a small business here in town. It's a gym. And I'm also a volunteer firefighter here in town. And I really think all these skills lend themselves beautifully to a seat on the Board of Selectmen. I think the more perspectives we can have voiced on the board, the better. And I think it lends itself to having a wide variety of experiences, both from the law, from owning a small business here in town and the challenges that come with owning a small business, and how important it is to continue to develop our economy here in town and make it an inviting and welcoming place for small business owners. To being a volunteer firefighter, which is a huge, important part of my life. I love my crew. I love being in the department, and keeping people safe is one of the most important things we can do as elected officials. So these experiences that I have and these perspectives that I have really lend themselves nicely to sitting on a seat in local government, where I'm hearing from all the residents in town and what their concerns are, what their challenges are, and trying to lend an ear and also trying to lend solutions to how we can make people's lives better here in town.
Really important to have all that input. So how do you foresee, as part of the Board of Selectmen, working collaboratively with Mike Frieda and other towns and committees to make it the best future for North Haven?
Absolutely. It's a great question. I think, first and foremost, I think local politics it shouldn't be a partisan playground. There shouldn't really be too many times, if ever, where whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're unaffiliated with any party, I don't really think that ever comes into play. I can't remember the last time a Democratic perspective or a Republican perspective really mattered. It's really about the values that you hold. And I think that the values we hold as individuals who live in this town, as residents of this town, are really what binds you to each other, what binds you to your community. So my values are pretty straightforward. I have 2 kids in the schools here. I've got a kid in the middle school and a kid in the high school. In fact, the kid in the high school is on the cheerleading team. So tonight I'll be going to the North Haven Cheshire football game. I'll be working the concessions tonight. So chili cheese dogs for everyone. So I have 2 kids in the school. I work in the fire department. I have a small business here. So my values are all about keeping people safe, making sure that they feel safe in town and that they are safe in town. If they ever call the fire department or the police department, that somebody shows up and that a uniformed officer shows up or someone from the fire department shows up, and they're there to help. And they're there to take care of folks and make sure that people feel safe and well taken care of. First and foremost, that is our foundational priority. A second foundational priority for us is our schools, and making sure that when kids go to school, they feel really safe in that school, they feel really welcomed in that school, and that we have an excellent set of staff and administrators and teachers, and that those folks are well resourced. They have the equipment they need, the technology they need, and the support they need to provide an excellent education for every single student in that school. So that is another core foundational priority for our town. And third, keeping our town a vibrant place to have a business, to build something here. We want folks to be able to come into this town and say, wow, North Haven is a super town to come into and build something. And when we have folks who want to do that, then we have more tax dollars that can drive our top line revenue, which can take a lot of pressure off our residents here. It's no secret that we just had a big tax increase, and that hit a lot of people pretty hard. And so thinking about affordability and how that plays into how we grow our town, but how we grow it responsibly, where we grow it, what kinds of ideas we have to grow our town economically, and how we keep our town vibrant and always adapting to what folks want and what folks need. So my values stem from those ideas: keeping people safe, having wonderful schools that folks want to come and be a part of, both teachers and students and parents, and making sure that we have a vibrant economic environment for folks to really come and build something here. And then finally, the biggest value I think that kind of sits on top of all this is community. That when we have a community that can come together and can engage and can meet and connect, that is when we can break down barriers between people. And that is why people feel so isolated and alone and why things are so divisive right now, is they don't have these opportunities to really connect with folks. And North Haven does this amazing job of having these wonderful spaces around our town where people can connect and engage and really develop relationships that aren't about politics, that are about, hey, where do you live? What are your kids all about? What kind of teams are they on? What are you interested here in a town? We have these great public spaces. And so investing in those public spaces, kind of the fourth pillar of my core priority set of, my set of priorities: schools, keeping people safe, community spaces, and making sure we continue to have a vibrant economy here that can help the residents from an affordability perspective.
That is right. Thank you so much for sharing.
Sure, absolutely. You're gonna come get a chili cheese dog?
Maybe.
I mean, it's time. It's time. We can do no chili. We can do chili, whatever you want.
Well, I'll always be ready for the Nighthawks.
There you go. Let's go Nighthawks, baby.
Anything else you want the people to know?
I would like the people to know that when we look at our Board of Selectmen, we are really, really lucky that we have one of the best municipal leaders in the state of Connecticut here. Michael Frieda is a highly regarded municipal leader, and he is recognized as one of the strongest leaders across Connecticut. And so we are very lucky that he is in that seat and working with Mike to build a better community, to build a stronger community, a more connected community, and doing all of those things through those sets of values that we talked about earlier. The fact that Mike is a Republican and I'm a Democrat is frankly irrelevant. Mike and I are very friendly. We like each other a lot. We have the same values. And so we're working from a place of just a set of grounded, fundamental values that we both feel very strongly about. And the two of us together can really build something wonderful here. And if we disagree, we disagree. But those disagreements, I can promise you, aren't going to be political disagreements. They're going to be about, I think that maybe if we tweak this, or there's some things on the margin that I would, think we should think about differently, or a different perspective that I can introduce. But we are going to work together. And I think when people see us working together, they're going to feel great about that. Because when you see politics, when you see government working together, it makes you feel great about where you live. And so that's what I'm really excited to do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much.
You're wonderful.
You too. Thank you.
So that is David Cullen, and if you want to learn more about him or any of the other endorsed candidates from the North Haven Democratic Town Committee, you can visit www.northavendemocrats.com. Don't forget, voting is November 4th and early voting starts October 20th. Thanks so much.
We love this town, and we're ready to serve. North Haven is more than a zip code. It's home.
It's home. This November, the North Haven Democratic slate is ready to lead with purpose and to listen with care.
Our platform is simple: work together for the good of North Haven.
We're running to build a more collaborative, transparent, and community-driven government.
Vote for North Haven Democrats this November. Leadership rooted in community.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Lisa Lehman. I'm joined here today with Genevieve Cabrera, who's on the ballot this November for Board of Education. Welcome, Genevieve.
Thank you, Lee, for having me.
Nice. So Genevieve is currently on the Board of Education, and she's also the endorsed candidate by the North Haven Democratic Town Committee. So for those who don't know you already, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you bring to your role on the Board of Ed?
As you know, my name's Genevieve Cabrera. I've been a lifelong member of North Haven. My parents built their home and raised me and my brother here. And then I continued to stay in town and have my own family. One currently in the school system, and the other one just graduated and is at a wonderful college thanks to the education she's got here in town. I've been on the board for a little over a year, and I'm trying to get a 6-year term so I could continue the work that I've been doing already with, we just had the news bus company. We were able to find a vendor that has been able to really meet our expectations, and we're all very happy with that. And we have other things in the works that I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to continue working with the other board members and administration for the town.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about your life outside of the board? Like what has motivated you to continue to have a full-time job, have a family, and still volunteer for the Board of Ed?
So I do work for Yale University in higher education. I've always thought that really helped me bring some insight into my work on the Board of Ed as to how to prepare the students for school outside of high school if they choose the college route. So that has always been a benefit that I try to bring whenever I can to the table. I like to volunteer. I like to do what I can for my community, give back to the community that I was raised with. So, for example, I do the backstage for the North Haven Drama Club. I have our wonderful director that works the front of the house. I'm in the back with the kids, painting and building sets, running the shows and stuff like that. And it has been really fulfilling being in the drama club myself back when I was in high school. So giving back to the school and the community at that point has been really wonderful.
Great, really cool. So tell me, what do you think would be a really important thing that the Board of Ed should focus on to make North Haven education experience a better one?
There's a lot of things that's kind of like running through my head as to like what is the next important thing for us to do as the board for our schools. I think the most important right now is to work on the elementary schools. I know that we have kind of started the process with seeing what our options are and what's kind of happening on the elementary level. But we've already been very blessed to have a wonderful high school and our brand new middle school. And there's just top of line technology and stuff in there that I would really, really like to push into the elementary school level so that all of our schools could have equal opportunity like that.
Great. So important for our town as well.
Yeah.
Anything else you want everyone to know?
Not anything I can think of off the top of my head. I'm just really excited for the opportunity to continue my work and work with all the other amazing people on the board. It really is a great group, and I hope to be able to continue working with them for years to come.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming today and telling us a little bit about yourself and your experience. And I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Welcome, everybody. I'm Lisa Lehman, and I'm joined today by Mike Callahan, who's on the ballot this November for Board of Finance. Welcome, Mike.
Happy to be here.
Hey, great. So Mike is the endorsed candidate by the North Haven Democratic Town Committee, a longstanding member of the Board of Finance. But maybe for those who don't know, you could tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your history and what you see for the future on this board.
Well, Lisa, thank you. And if you don't already know me, I have been a longstanding member of the Board of Finance. It's been 20 years. For elections, this would be number 5. And I am happy to bring the experience of those many years with me in order to continue the proper financial management of our town. And I come from a large family with a history of public service, and I want to continue that to the community that I know and love.
Yeah. And beyond the Board of Finance, you're deeply rooted in the community. You're a small business owner and a member of the Rotary Club, and devote a lot of time to making this town a better place.
Yes, you've done your homework. The North Haven Rotary Club is a fantastic organization. They raise money and redistribute it to many charitable causes. I've been with them for over 20 years, and I was their president in 2013. And so we run events, and we do have budgets, and I think that we are a great asset to the town. And of course, I've been a small business owner for over 35 years with numerous subcontractors and clients, and I've run a very responsible business for the appraisal profession. But I would say mostly my continuation on the board is deserving from my performance. And I hope that anyone who is familiar with me can see that I collaborate, I compromise, and through analysis and careful homework, I believe that we make optimal decisions for the finances of the budget and for the town operations.
Great. And do you find collaboration on the board and outside the board has got to be necessary for doing a good job there?
It is. Not only do I listen to the public and to the influencers in town, I do occasionally meet with administrators in order to develop policies that will promote growth and reasonable taxes. We want to keep our taxes under control at all times while preserving the services that are essential to each and every constituent base that exists.
It's a hard balance. I'd imagine at times.
Of course.
Is there anything else you want everyone to know?
I think it's important for the seniors to know, and to young struggling families to know that as I analyze, I look for every department, every town department to run efficiently and to run frugally, so that whatever their mission is, they can achieve it at a very reasonable cost. So I'm looking at the bottom line all the time. No matter how much I want to support education and safety services in town, police and fire, I want everything to be affordable. And the bottom line is where it's at.
The North Haven Democrats are educators, parents, veterans, and volunteers, people just like you.
This November, vote for a team that shows up, not just during an election, but every day in between.
We're not here for the headlines. We're here for the hard work of building a better future.
Let's move North Haven forward together.
Welcome everybody, I'm Lisa Lehman. I am coming to you from the North Haven Town Green under our beautiful gazebo. With me is Benjamin Lovack, who will be on the ballot this November for Planning and Zoning. He's the endorsed North Haven Democratic Town Committee candidate. Welcome, Benjamin.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here, and I'm hoping that you can share a little information about you, your background, and what you hope to bring to this role.
Certainly. I've been a resident of North Haven for about 13 years. Moved and lived a lot of different places in my life, and very happy to be settled here. Been very active in the community in a lot of different ways. I'm just excited to see what more I can do in service of the town. About my background, I have a background in engineering as well as finance. So I have a little bit of the practical and business side. I've worked a lot in Habitat for Humanity in the past. I was a area lead in a house and did a lot of different homes construction. Helped my parents build the house that they currently live in through my youth. So I've done a lot of different construction. So between the engineering and the construction that I've done, I really can understand plans, site plans, and drawings to see what's really going on. I do drive around the community quite a bit, so I feel like I have a fairly good feel of the different zones and where things are going on and what would fit and what would not fit. But I intend to, anytime an application comes forward, visit that area and also take a look.
That's great. So what do you see as the most important issue affecting smart economic growth in North Haven?
Smart economic growth has a lot of different aspects to it. One of the big things that we have to think about is, what do we want? And I know there have been some plans in the past, but I haven't seen any recent plans other than we need more development. And I completely agree that adding businesses to our town to broaden our tax base, to reduce the impact on residential customers especially, is a great thing. So I'm not certain what smart development means other than we need a plan. We need to come up with something, some goals. In business, you have to plan, what are you doing next year? That's a pretty solid plan. You know what you're going to do. Then you look at the 3 years, we have a good idea what we're going to do. Then you go 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years out. And that 20-year plan might be something pie in the sky, but at least it's a post that you're targeting towards. And so I'd like to help the town build that plan.
So what I'm hearing though also is that's going to take a lot of collaboration from other town committees and
Certainly is.
So how do you see that all folding in together?
Fortunately, through my interactions with the town and the government, I know quite a few people on a lot of these different committees and the town government. Mike Frieda and I have known each other a number of years. So I feel like we have a good relationship and I can leverage that to continue building out a working relationship, to get coordination with all those different committees, aspects of government, to come up with an overarching plan.
Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate your time. It's been great hearing about your experience and your visions for a North Haven future. And if you want to find out more about Benjamin or any of the candidates on the ballot this November, please go to www.northavendemocrats.com. Don't forget, voting November 4th and early voting starts October 20th. Thanks, Benjamin.
Thank you.
I'm here with Ron Penson, who will be on the ballot this November. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you.
So just for myself and our viewers, I'm just going to ask you to introduce yourself, give us a little bit of background, and let us know what you plan to bring to the position of planning and zoning alternate.
Okay. Ron Penson, been a resident in North Haven for over 35 years, live on Pool Road. The experience I'll hope to bring is that I've already served in P&Z for over 6 years and inland wetland for over 13, as well as on the Conservation Commission and on the Trail Association. So I've been active in town for quite a few years and I enjoy doing it, and that's why I want to do it some more.
That's great. And you're being very modest. You've been active in local politics and local community service for over 27 years. Is that right?
For a while, yes.
For a while, that's right. So let me ask you, what do you see you can bring to this role as a planning and zoning alternate? How do you envision a brighter North Haven future in this role?
Well, as I said, having served on a number of commissions, I'm familiar with how things work. And I think things have gone pretty well in town, but there's always room for improvement. And there's certain areas that I'm interested in, things like affordable housing, sidewalks, trees, things like that, in updating P&Z regulations to be more responsive to today's needs. So I hope to do things like that.
So I'm hearing a lot of future thinking, a lot about growing North Haven in the right way. I know a hot topic is sidewalks. Do you want to touch on that a bit?
Well, there are sidewalks in the regulations. Sometimes they're exempted, sometimes they're not. But my wife and I walk a lot, so we have a personal stake in it. But I think people would walk more if there were more sidewalks. And the biggest thing is safety for kids going to the school bus. So it's hard for me to see an argument for not having more sidewalks.
And as a dog owner, I appreciate sidewalks as well. Thanks.
Sure.
We love this town. We're ready to serve.
We believe in safe schools, thriving local businesses, and a government that listens.
This November, the North Haven Democratic slate is ready to lead with purpose and listen with care.
Vote for the North Haven Democrats this November. Leadership rooted in community.
Leadership rooted in community.
Leadership rooted in community.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Lisa Lehman. I'm coming at you at the North Haven Green in our beautiful gazebo. Joining me is Peter Crispolo, who will be on the ballot this November for Fire Commission. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate it.
So I'm just hoping that for myself and for our viewers, you can tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you'll bring to the Fire Commission.
Well, first I'll bring experience and knowledge. I was a fire commissioner 24 years. And in the last 4 years that I have not been a commissioner, I've still been involved with the fire department. I'm the only union endorsed fire commissioner in the state of Connecticut. I'm endorsed by all fire unions, state union, international union, and outside unions, Teamsters, 443, operating engineers, building trades, and I have a few surrounding town chiefs that have endorsed me also. I have a knowledge of the fire department. I worked very hard at it. During my tenure as a commissioner, I raised over $130,000 to buy rescue equipment, and that was a town and fire department get together. I merged local businesses with our fire department so they would interact. So that worked out well. Then I just finished the training center on Washington Avenue. I was able to raise another $70,000. That cost was $72,000. It cost the taxpayers $1,400 to complete that. Last month, I brought in some extra money we have for repelling gear. So we'll have a repelling unit. And as we speak, we have ProClean, a local company who's dedicated themselves to come to our firehouse on Broadway, the main house, and they're cleaning our apparatus room top to bottom. So those are the things I think that I bring to the fire department.
Great. That's a tremendous amount of experience. So thank you for all of that as a North Haven resident.
Thank you.
Let me ask you, you have all of this experience, but looking forward, what do you see as one of the most important things that the Fire Commission can do to help support, strengthen our community services as our town continues to grow in different ways?
The Fire Commission has to stop kicking the can down the road. We have to put on more firefighters. The chief is 1,000% right. We have an excellent chief, we have an excellent administration, deputy chief, fire marshals, assistant chief, training officer, who is excellent. We need more firefighters. The town is growing, and that's due to, we have a great first select person. Mike Friedis does a great job. He brings a lot of economic development to the town. But with that, you bring the risk of having problems. Fires, fall downs, accidents, whatever. Medical calls. We need more firefighters. We need 14 firefighters per shift. It's not like we have one of the best police departments, public works, Board of Eds. We have it all in this town. I'm very, very happy to live here. But unfortunately, you could hire one police officer and he gets in the patrol car for $50,000 and he can go all around the town and survey what's going on and stop crime. When we have a fire situation, we need a minimum of 3 firefighters per piece of apparatus for an engine, we'll say, okay? That's a minimum. 4 is ideal, but 3 is the minimum. So we have to put on 3 to 1. We have to buy, a police officer gets a $50,000, $60,000 car. Our minimal engine costs, minimal, $850,000 to $1 million. Our ladder truck is $1.5 million. So we can't equate, well, we put on, this many officers, it didn't cost us that much. Why does the fire department want this much? It's not because we want it. It's a necessity. It's what we need. And people have to understand that. It's what we need to be safe. Right now, our town, trust me, I am not going to send up the boogeyman. We do not have a crisis, okay? We answer all our calls. Our firefighters are the best in the state. We answer all our calls. But we're wearing them thin. We need to put on more. We need 14 to a shift. The ideal thing is to put 6 on immediately and then go from there. That's what we need. And how are we going to fund it? Everybody's going to ask. We're going to try for grants. We're going to try to get any money we can through the state, federal, whatever. And then some of it's going to have to come out of our coffers. I'm sorry to say that, but that's being honest.
I know you're really good at fundraising, and
We're gonna try. We're gonna be safe. We're safe.
Anything else you want to share?
Other than I'm the endorsed candidate, and I look forward to becoming the fire commissioner again. That's what I really, really want. It's not like just a title or a badge. My heart is in the fire department with the men and women that serve. And we have the best. And I want to be part of that best team. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So everyone, if you want to learn more about Peter, you can visit www.northavendemocrats.com. Make sure you get out and vote on November 4th, and early voting starts October 20th. Thanks again, Peter.
Thank you.
Welcome, North Haven. I am Tim Gabriel, chair of the North Haven DTC, and I'm here with my friend and Board of Finance candidate, Jenny Graves. Thank you for coming today, Jenny.
I know. Thanks for meeting with me. This is great.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you here, and we're so glad to have you running to represent your town.
Yes, I'm very excited.
So why don't you walk us through a little bit of your background and why you decided to run for the Board of Finance seat?
Sure. So I'm a mom of 2 teenage kids. I am engaged. I moved to North Haven about 9 years ago. I've always lived within about 10-15 minutes of New Haven. I think that we've really found our home here in North Haven. We love this town. I really want to run for Board of Finance because I really want to make sure that North Haven remains an affordable, safe, and welcoming town for everyone to live in. And I think that we're in a really economic crisis here in Connecticut. And even though we're, a pretty middle wealthy class, town here in North Haven, I think that, we still have a lot of work to do with economic development, with affordable housing, with funding our public schools. And we really need to work on getting more revenue from the state. We, part of my pet project is getting fully funded public schools, which would bring a lot of money into the town of North Haven with adjusting the educational cost share formula, because I know that we don't get a lot of public school funding here in North Haven. So I just want to make sure that our town really moves in the right direction and people can really come to North Haven and grow roots here and make this their home.
That's a great response. What do you see as some of the challenges specifically on the board that we might have to face in the upcoming years, and how would you circumvent those?
Unfortunately, I find the board pretty confrontational right now. I don't see a lot of people coming with some no fault problem solving mindsets. I think that, across party lines, we need to work together more, and not only within the board, but within other boards in the town to really have more of a collaboration. And I'm really hoping to do that with, Board of Selectmen and other boards in the town. I think that, there's a lot of great folks on the board, and we still can do a lot better when it comes to working together, maybe instilling some participatory budgeting so that people in our town understand, where their tax dollars are going, how it's being spent, and so that people have more, understanding of the process and can be a part of it.
How would we get the word out about stuff like that? Or where can people turn to if they need to find that information?
Well, I think we need to listen to the people in North Haven. I think we really need to do some door knocking and relationship building and holding town halls in different neighborhoods so that people feel involved and that it's not just 7 people who really make the decisions in this town.
Then last question, I know that you're very active outside of North Haven. What are some of the things that you'd like to do, or some of the things that you wind up doing with a lot of your, can we even call it spare time?
Not really. So I am vice president of New Haven Federation of Teachers in New Haven. We work a lot with state legislation with funding in the state of Connecticut. We do have billions of dollars in our rainy day fund, so really trying to adjust the volatile spending cap and the fiscal guardrails so that more money can come down to the communities who need it the most. So I do a lot of coalition work in my spare time with Connecticut for All. We're an organization that works with over 60 different labor unions and community partners and clergy all around the state of Connecticut to really make Connecticut, an affordable, safe place to live. So I'd like to bring some of that work into North Haven because we do need more revenue and we do need more money. Our retirees in town are really concerned about the final chapters of their lives and how they're going to continue to live in a comfortable and meaningful way.
They put that much time into it, you've earned it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jenny. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And for North Haven Democrats, I'm Tim Gabriel, and we are so happy that you've come to serve, and we hope that we have your vote. Early voting starts on October 20th, and then election day is Tuesday, November 4th. So we hope to see all of you out there voting for Jenny and all of our great candidates.